Here, is this a public road?
This is the state's owned road.
Today on Auditing the Trolls, our video comes to us via NCR News Network. And after reviewing this video, I've come to believe that NCR stands for non-credible reporting. With that said, his video is a trolling of auditing Reno 911. Big shout out to him and his work. Please go over and like and subscribe to his channel, and I have provided his link below. And let him know Auditing the Trolls sent you over. In this video, AR is arrested for filming the Northern Nevada Correctional Center from a public road and at their visitor center parking lot. He was put in the back of a police car with the AC vents closed on a 95-degree day, and this bootlicker thinks that this is okay. Let's take a look at this mess and let's audit this troll's video.
Northern Nevada Correctional Center on Tuesday, August 30th of 2022. And we're going to take a look at the publicly accessible areas of the prison here. Go look at the parking lot for the guests. Film from the outside what we can visibly see. And the goal is to do a First Amendment audit where our constitutional rights to film in public and act as a member of the press, be a member of the press, is respected. And that way...
Right.
You're goddamn right.
People can see the information that's gathered, and you all can make your own decisions about what's going on in our country with our tax dollars. So let's take a look here at what it is.
What it is a secured, maximum security prison. The fact that you are there makes me believe you're not there to do a First Amendment audit, and you're not there for any journalistic purposes. My personal belief and opinion is you're there just because you know you can get the sheriffs out there and the prison guards out there to be riled up and concerned about a possible escape attempt or a possible smuggling of contraband and how they can do it. Well, that's the only reasons I would see you being there.
Okay, tell me again how this is any of your business. You're right about one thing. This is your opinion, and like assholes, everyone's got one. That does not make you right. This nonsense about the prison being concerned is on them. That still does not give them the right to violate his rights. They have two choices. They can worry about taking care of the prisoners, or they can ask him what he is doing. But he has no duty to answer them, and if they don't like it, too bad. Oh, and by the way, that's not a national security prison. Whatever that is, it's a state prison ran by the state of Nevada.
And we're gonna... There's the road we gotta go down. There's the big old truck. Big old place. And that's where we're going to be going.
And the business, we call this foreshadowing.
I'm going to be jumping ahead to where he has a confrontation with some of the prison officials. Because, well, you need to talk to him and find out why he's there. And, well, this Farger likes to...
Looks like they're going... Hi there.
Hello, sir.
What's your name?
For you.
What's your name?
Lieutenant Ryer. What can we do for you?
I'm just taking pictures and filming.
Okay. Could you do it off the property, please?
Is this a public roadway?
No, this is not a public roadway.
This is the state's owned road.
Sir, I need you to film off our property.
Where does it say no trespassing?
Sir, I'm asking you to please film off the property.
This is the state's owned road.
Come tell you to get off the property.
Well, can you show me where it says no trespassing?
No, sir, I'm not showing you anything.
Boom. Roasted.
I'm telling you, you need to leave the property.
Well, then if there's no...
I'm a sworn peace officer for the state of Nevada, sir.
I appreciate that.
It's not an unlawful order, so could I please get you to go off the property?
This is the state's owned road.
Well, it's not an unlawful...
Sir, yes or no, so I can call Carson SO.
Well, let me ask him a question. You're saying I don't get to ask questions?
I will call Carson SO and let them know.
Okay.
No, you don't get to ask questions here. That is a prison-owned road.
This is the state's owned road.
Just stop there and take your pictures and do your frauding there without consequences. Consequences were either leave the property,
This is the state's owned road.
Carson, and the Carson Sheriff's Department will come and deal with you. You're trying to say he has to have signs. Well, not necessarily. Different rules for different states. I'm not familiar with Nevada's.
You know what? You are right. You're not familiar. Yet here you are making commentary about something you have zero clue about. You know, maybe if you watched his video before even making this stupid video, you would have known. Shh, never mind. I don't want to ruin the surprise. You'll see.
But prison owns the road and
This is the state's owned road.
tell you to get off the road.
Tell them that I'm exercising my constitutional rights.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Now, I'm asking for this piece of humble criticism to go to the frauditors. Would you please invest in equipment that blocks sound, such as a windscreen? If you're going to do your dumb frauditing, at least take out that awful wind sound hitting your mic so people can hear what you have to say with your jackwagon mouth.
Hey, pot, meet kettle. Are you really going to go down that road? You hear 10 seconds of wind going over his mic and you're having a fit. Meanwhile, we have to listen to your whole video where it sounds like you narrated it through a $1 head and mic set for iPhone from the dollar store. Get real, dude.
Okay, here we go. So we've already been stopped. And we got EX 61630. And hi there.
Now, what exactly, information-wise, are you going to do with license plate numbers? You know they belong to the prison. You know that. Those are prison vehicles. So, are you just trying to do that to intimidate them or to waste people's time? I have a feeling that you can't prove yourself to be a frauder unless you waste people's time.
The reason he wants to record their license plates is to identify what vehicles were out there, in case he wants to submit a FOIA request if needed. That's also why he also asked for their name and badge numbers. Now you know why, Karen.
Okay, so we go here, and we're going to look for a no trespassing sign. Okay.
We're waiting.
Yeah, well, we're waiting too, and we still haven't seen any facts. Let us know when you're going to put some up.
And we're going to wait to go across the street here. And double check. And make sure we're not missing any no trespassing signs. Okay. No trespassing signs anywhere. And we're going to wait to go across the street here. And double check. And make sure we're not missing any no trespassing signs. Okay. No trespassing signs anywhere that I can visibly see here. And we'll just kind of keep going over here now.
Alright, Jackwagon, I'll explain it real clear and simple. You just crossed from the prison's property,
This is the state's owned road.
the public's property, i.e. That's a public roadway you crossed. That roadway wouldn't have no trespassing signs from the prison. That road with the big Nevada North Correctional Facility indicates where their property starts. So by going on there, that is their property.
This is the state's owned road.
Where in the world did you ever get the idea that a sign is the demarcation line for property? Here's an example. Here is a Home Depot sign for this Home Depot. Does this mean that the property line starts where the Home Depot sign is? Man, oh man, you got a lot to learn and how things work.
Lack common sense that taking pictures at a prison or video would not be allowed.
You keep saying it's not allowed, yet you have yet to prove it isn't. And the reason you don't give us proof is because you can't. Here is a challenge to you, NRC, and to any other troll out there. Just drop your proof in the comments section to prove yourselves right. Show me a law where it states you cannot film any local, state, or federal building that you can see from public view.
These guys are surrounding my truck. They're preventing my path of movement down a public road.
Are you stupid or something?
No, you are, but what am I? I know 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 you are, but what am I?
There's no parking signs here.
Again, it falls under common sense. You wouldn't park on the side of the road unless there was an emergency breakdown. You wouldn't park on the side of a road that's owned by a prison.
This is the state's owned road.
Unless you were either A, having a breakdown, which clearly you're not, or if you're trying to smuggle a contraband or help an escapee. You made yourself look like a suspicious person, and when they asked you to leave the property to take pictures on the public property of the facility, you refused to.
This is the state's owned road.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what was your name again?
Lieutenant Ryer, I already told you, sir.
And do you have a badge number?
Ryer, need a minute, sir.
Do you have a badge number? Please identify.
What's with asking for names and badge numbers? Or business cards? Do you guys use them as like trading cards or something? If you get like 100, do you guys get a Dakota ring? Or do you guys get some kind of a discount? I'm really curious.
Shut up!
Because it's like in every video you guys do, I want your names and badge numbers. For what purpose?
If I've given the reason why before, I do apologize, but this guy kind of asks this question over and over again. It's in case he wants to make a FOIA request. How does he do that if he does not have that information?
Let's look in the back of the van here. Thank God I'm not back here.
You will be. You will be.
Closing the window.
Yes, sir.
And what's your badge number?
10,300.
10,300. Okay. So just to let you know what I'm involved in.
Sir, I'm not worried about what you're involved in. You're on our property. I need you to leave.
This is the state's owned road.
That's all rise. Thank you.
Again, where are the... Okay. I'm going to go keep walking then, okay?
I'm going to be jumping ahead again because all this is nothing but dead air and him talking about there's no parking signs or no trespassing signs on the road that is owned by the correctional facility.
This is the state's owned road.
Okay, so I'm going to say it real loud with your roll-up window. So I'd like you to read Fordyce versus Seattle. That's case.
And this is why nobody respects the A1 community. You see, Fordyce versus Seattle was because a man was filming a public demonstration and was legally arrested for a violation of a city ordinance which does not exist, for recording a private conversation in a public forum. Well, that wouldn't work here. The prison is a prison. It is not a traditional public forum.
For the 50th time, he is not in or on prison property. He's on a public road that is owned by the state, not the prison.
This is the state's owned road.
So, see Greer versus Spock. That allows the state and its own properties
This is the state's owned road.
and trespass people. So, your claim of Fordyce versus Seattle would not work here.
Now let's delve into Greer v. Spock, since you brought it up. That case has zero to do with what is going on here and does not apply. If you're going to quote or bring up SCOTUS cases, at least know how to understand and see how they apply in this case. In Greer v. Spock, the Supreme Court decided despite First Amendment protected areas on a military base generally open to the public, they were not necessarily open to civilians seeking to distribute political literature or engage in political forums. That's the difference here. The court held that allowing civilians on a federally owned property, particularly a military base, did not automatically provide a sphere of activity for anyone wishing to open a political forum. The court further noted that soldiers were wholly free to attend and engage in political activities as off-duty citizens, but that the military was insulated from the partisan nature of politics in general. This, as the court rationalized, was consistent with the traditional neutral military establishment applied by the Constitution. So now that we fully explain what Greer v. Spock was about, please explain to the audience how filming on a public road or even in the visitor center parking lot of the prison where he was arrested equates to protesting and handing out flyers on a military installation. This was a case about protesting free speech, not an issue about the freedom of the press. Yet somehow you think because they both fall under the First Amendment that this applies to sections of the First Amendment. It doesn't. But when you're desperate, that's what you do.
All you're doing is wasting time.
Hang on, I'm telling you that right now under NRS 197-200, you're oppressing my rights under the color of law. So your qualified immunity may not exist. It's a violation of constitutional rights under federal law.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If you don't know what he's talking about, then look it up, you jackwagon. I thought this was a video to prove how wrong auditors are. Here's your chance to show them, but all you do is punt with some stupid video clip, by the way, which does not make you look good. So this is what he said, NRS 197.200. You can pause to read it, but since they were preventing him from leaving, and he has not done anything wrong but exercise his First Amendment rights, the detention officer was violating his rights under this statute.
On the criminal side of Title 18, USC 242, 241 is conspiracy when you bring two or more into it to violate constitutional rights. I'm exercising my constitutional right to film in public. The most recent court, the 10th Circuit, on July 22nd, in Izari versus Yahia. So that's your case law for what I'm doing. You have a nice...
You are not filming in public. You are filming a prison. If you were on public property, yeah, you could do that.
This is the state's owned road.
You're on prison property.
This is the state's owned road.
Leave, you refuse to leave. You're trespassing.
Okay, now it says, no parking, no use of tobacco. Let's get the smoke.
How convenient you didn't read the sign that said no parking. but yet you parked on the side of the road. Makes me think.
Makes you think? I don't think you have thinked since you started this video. You've been wrong every step of the way. And to be honest with you, I really don't think you even watched this video before you got into it. I think you pulled it up, hit play, then stopped when you had what you thought was a clever or witty comment, and then went with it. In fact, I know you didn't watch it before putting it together. And the proof is coming up. Just wait for it. One last thing. Let me address the no parking signs. I did a little research, and everywhere I looked, there was nothing specific that I could find in the NRS statutes. But overall, the general consensus is if there is a no parking sign placed, you have to park 30 feet in front of that to not get a ticket. That no parking sign that you mentioned was over 100 yards away, so it wouldn't apply to him. Again, if you've got proof that can prove me wrong, I'm willing to listen. Put it in the comments below.
And stay right on the roadway here, right next to Open National side of the road here, so I should be on the public easement. Yeah, no parking sign. No other sign on the pole. Missing nothing.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Look for some more.
I apologize in advance while we jump ahead to another confrontation with the law enforcement, or what I believe is a law enforcement officer or possibly another correctional officer.
Wait, you believe? You don't know? If you had watched this video, you would have known. He tells him. How in the world are you expected to be taken seriously if you don't even do the minimum research to know what you are talking about? You are clueless and have been this whole video. You are no different than any other troll out there using other people's videos to trash them, all the while not having a clue. You remind me of that one guy at work that comes up and joins the conversation. And then after 2 minutes of talking, you realize he has zero idea of what he's talking about in any conversation you may be having. It's like you do these videos just to hear your own voice. Dude, please don't quit your day job at the Circle K. I'm sure you're barely surviving there as it is.
How are you? What? Could I hang on a second? Let me get a little closer so I can hear you. What's your name and your badge number?
I'm Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith?
Yes, sir.
And your number?
I don't have a badge number. I have an employee ID number, 38095.
38095, thank you.
Can I ask what you're doing out here?
I'm exercising my constitutional right to film in public and to disseminate the information as a member of the press.
Why the fuck you lying?
You're not there for any form of journalism. You're not there for any form of constitutional rights exercises. You're there so you can make a video on YouTube. You're there so you can try to get ad revenue and try to e-beg for money. If you frauditors really, really cared about the Constitution and wanted to fight for our rights, you would do it in the courtrooms. You would do it by lobbying Congress or in the Senate. You'd do petitions. Instead, you grab the cheapest phone and camera you can find and make crappy videos and put them on YouTube.
So change happens by going to Congress and lobbying, not by protesting or exercising rights. Women got the right to vote by not protesting, but by going to the Senate. People of color got their rights not by sitting at the front of the bus and marching and sitting at white-only counters, but by petitioning their government. Did you fall asleep during history class? That's a real question. Now, here is the proof that I was speaking of that you did not watch this video before creating it. How utterly embarrassing. This sergeant proves you wrong the whole way. But what can you do? Even if you did a little bit of research, you would have been proven wrong. And you would only have been left with watching First Amendment audit videos and not creating troll videos of people doing First Amendment audits and e-begging for money.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
Okay, I can only let you go so far, so you can't come on the state's property. We're not allowing you on there. You're also not wearing the right colors for that. If you wear a blue shirt, we can mistake you for an inmate.
Well, let me ask a question here. Is this a public road?
This is the state's owned road.
So the state owns this road?
I believe they do, yes.
Okay. Are there any no trespassing signs from?
I don't know. Did you see any on your way in, sir?
I documented everything, and there are no trespassing signs that I can find. Do you have any posted that I may have missed?
I'm unaware. If you can go back there and check, you'd be more than willing to go back there.
I've already documented my 2 cameras.
Okay.
To make sure I'm not violating any laws.
Right.
So, is this a publicly funded road, open to the public? And if I'm a visitor, can I come down this road and park?
Are you here to visit an inmate?
I'm here to do my business.
Okay. Well, I will let you know, sir, that we have called the sheriff's department.
Okay.
And they will be on their way.
Okay.
Boom. Roasted.
Roasted? Roasted for what? This cop's about to prove that this guy is doing nothing wrong the whole time. Why is he even calling the cops? He's already admitted that this is a public road. He has not trespassed on the state prison. So what's the issue?
This is a state facility. It's a correctional center, and we
I understand
can't
that.
have guys walking around here filming for safety reasons.
Well, no, I don't want to go in any secured area. I don't want to go in anywhere that says authorized personnel only. I only want to go into publicly accessible areas. That's why I'm very conscious of asking you if there's trespassing signs. That's why I'm trying to make sure I'm engaging with you and telling you exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not avoiding you. As you mentioned, I'm wearing a blue shirt. I've never been to this prison before. I don't know what your rules are on the inside, but the rules on the inside, I haven't been convicted of anything, and I'm exercising a constitutional right.
No, I understand that.
And I'm exercising a constitutional right.
No, I understand that.
And I'm exercising a constitutional right.
No, I understand that.
So the auditor understands this. The sergeant understands this. The only one who can't understand this is the troll making this video. Why is that?
So if you want to interfere with that constitutional right, you're probably going to lose qualified immunity. And I'd rather educate than litigate. So I'd much rather discuss this with you and try to explain to you what my rights are, or anybody else's rights are with the camera.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Wow, so here's this perfect opportunity for this troll to prove how the auditor is wrong. And what does he do? Post a clip from Billy Madison. That makes really no sense because the auditor explained it and the sergeant agreed with him.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to interfere with me accessing a public roadway?
You can access a public roadway if you believe this is a public roadway, by all means. But I'm refusing to let you on the state's property.
Oh, I don't want on the state's property. Anywhere that the public can go here, I should be able to go, right?
100%.
So where does the state's property begin that's not public?
Well, the state actually owns the land that you're actually standing on.
Oh, the state owns all this land.
Yes,
but there's a difference between restricted areas, which this has a lot of restricted areas, and I don't want to go near any of those. And it has a lot of publicly accessible areas like this public road that I haven't gotten down to yet, where I could go even check in at your office if I wanted to check in, right?
If you had business, absolutely.
Well, so you're saying the First Amendment is not business?
Excuse me?
You're saying that the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of the press, freedom of the people, to gather information and disseminate it to others.
You coming into my office is conducting that business. You're coming into the secured location if you're coming into my office. Absolutely.
Have I come into your secured location?
You were saying you could come into my secured location.
No,
those were your words.
If I came into your office, if it's open to the public, is not a secured location.
My office is not open to the public.
Then I won't go in there.
100%.
But if I were to go into an area that's open to the public, say if I wanted to check in to visit somebody, that's open to the public, right?
Have you submitted a visiting application?
I don't know the rules yet. That's why I came here to show what you need to do to be here.
A visiting application is needed.
I don't know what's required here. I'm coming here to find out what's required. So shouldn't the public be able to get to the front door to a publicly accessible area to find out?
You know, this could be simply solved if people wanted to find out what you needed to do to visit somebody in a correctional facility. There are several options. 1, call the facility that they are at and ask them what is needed. 2. Google search it. 3. Have them tell you what they need so you can visit those people. Instead, you're here to lie and fraud it and try to get a shitty little YouTube video.
So says the guy who hasn't once looked up Google in regards to this video. Boy, you got a lot of room to talk.
Rules are.
You can have visiting applications sent to you by our offenders here.
Okay.
You can also go to building 17 over here to gather that information and more
But
content if
see,
you want.
is that clearly marked anywhere on the road driving up here?
Yeah, it says right on the road.
I didn't see it.
Go right back out and make a left. It'll be on your left-hand side.
I didn't see it, but it was clearly marked for me driving along.
Did
I
you
saw.
document it in your
Oh,
video?
I record everything. Yes.
So did you document that our main building is right over here?
I didn't even see that over there, and I'm not seeing a main building right over there.
That's what I told you. Go out there up to the road, make a left. It's about an eighth of a mile down the road.
Right. The only sign that I really noticed coming up here is it says no trucks on Edmonds Way. But other than that, I didn't see any signs for anything else. But other than that, I'd like to continue down the public roadway to any public parking to where visitors may park and see what they go through to come and see their friends and family that may be incarcerated inside. Is that illegal? Are you going to permit me to do that?
Have I stated I was going to?
I'm asking, you're standing in my way, impeding my path.
There's many ways you can walk
Well,
around.
I want to stay very close to the, I'm trying to purposely stay close to the roadway.
Okay.
And the reason for that is I don't want to go off the public easement. Like there's a fence right there. I wouldn't go past that fence, but I don't even want to go close to the fence.
His argument to this correctional officer.
So now you know he's a correctional officer, whereas before you weren't sure if he was a correctional officer or law enforcement. But with that being said, his arguments are 100% right, and you can't prove them wrong, so here comes another ad hom attack.
It's making me think of something. He's coming off as something, but what?
Dumbass! You dumbass! You're a dumbass! Such a dumbass! You're an ass!
Because I'm not certain in my brain of exactly how far the easement from the state-funded road comes over. So that's
So
that's where I'm trying.
Coming into it?
No, I've done research. But I need to make sure there's always an easement, a public easement with a roadway.
So you didn't completely do your research to find out where it ended?
I haven't done is it 30 feet or 40 feet or 60 feet? I'm certain that I'm within 2 feet of the road, I'm safe.
Okay.
And if you need to arrest me because you think I've trespassed, or actually you can't arrest me because there are no signs anywhere, and I haven't been trespassed, and can you trespass me?
I was going to arrest you.
I'm just trying to be very clear in what can happen here. So I'm trying to be very clear. This is a public road, right?
This is a public road.
This is a public roadway, yes. Where we're standing, and I'm within inches of it, right? I'm within inches of the roadway. Therefore, I won't be hit by cars, hopefully. So if I keep walking, are you going to interfere with me?
I'm not going to interfere with you.
Okay, thank you.
This video is getting too long for you guys, so I'm going to jump ahead until to the point where he's arrested. So let's enjoy that part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
How may I help you?
I'm just taking pictures.
No, sir. You cannot do this. I'm the warden of this complex.
Oh, good. What's your name, sir? Hang on. Let me get closer so I can hear you, sir. Let me get closer so I can hear you. Can I get closer so I can hear you? Can I get closer so I can hear you?
No, sir.
Oh, I can't get closer so I can hear you.
I'm going to ask you to remove yourself from the property.
Okay, is this
trespassing on state property?
Is this
you are in an unauthorized position property, sir?
Okay.
I need you to remove yourself from the premises, sir.
And what's your name, sir?
Sir, I need you to remove yourself
sir,
from the premises.
What's your name, sir?
Because you're not authorized to be on the property.
Sir, what's your name?
This is a state property.
Sir,
I'm asking you.
You really should have left when you were given the opportunity. You are trespassing. You're not there to conduct any business. You're not there to apply for a job. You're not there to visit an inmate. You're not there to go to work. You are there to cause distraction and interfere with the operations of the facility. So So therefore, you are trespassing.
I could prove this troll wrong once again, but I think I've spent enough time already tearing apart and disproving this jack-o'-wagon's feeble attempt at proving auditing Reno 911 wrong. We will watch this last part of this video, hear what this troll has to say for the last time, and then I will have some parting thoughts on this bootlicker.
We call the loan lock boy.
Yeah, he's right here.
This gentleman is trespassing on the property, and he refuses to remove himself.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you from that far away.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
and sir,
This gentleman is trespassing on the property.
sir, can you identify yourself?
I'm the warden of the company.
And what's your name?
So I'm asking him to be removed as a trespasser.
Sir, what is your name? You've engaged with me, sir. What is your name?
He came onto the property without permission.
Sir, what is your name?
Is the facility on lockdown?
Yes, it is.
This is disrupting operations.
This is disrupting operation.
Sir, what is your name?
Okay. Put that down. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
He is creating disturbance on the property.
I'm not going to risk these guys at all. Okay, can I advise you one thing?
No, you may not. Right now, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can maybe use against you in court.
NRS 197-200.
We're in the video here. We heard the cuffs go on him and him trying to argue his case to the cops. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys are
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, folks, there you have it. Another troll gloating over a citizen being unlawfully arrested for exercising his First Amendment rights. I did reach out to Reno 911, and he did respond. He was charged with 3 crimes: trespassing, disturbing the peace on grounds, disturbing the police on public grounds, and obstructing a police officer. He mentioned that one of the charges had been dropped but did not know which one, and as I go to press, I have not heard back. If I do, I will update in the comments section. So as I close, please remember to like and subscribe, and head on over to Auditing Reno 911, like and subscribe to his channel, and tell him Auditing the Trolls sent you over. Thanks for watching.